welcome back to Friday Reads, where we help you find your next read. I'm Jill.
And I'm Julie, and today you can see the green wall in the background. That's part of our teen tween area at the library. Today, Jill and I are featuring what's new with the teen literature in the YA section. So, Jill, kick us off.
This is one of my favorite categories. I used to read YA fiction all the time, but it's been a while since I visited it, so I'm excited about this one. This is The Romantic Tragedies of a Drama King by Harry Trevelyan. This was published in January of 2025. Heartstopper meets Dairy Girls in this wonderfully hilarious rom-com about finding your first love when your personality might be too big for the world around you. Patch Simmons has decided that this is the year he will get a boyfriend. So it's goodbye to his French pen pal Jean-Pierre and hello to the world. Unfortunately, the only other out boys in his school year is dating each other. So finding a boyfriend isn't going to be easy until fate finally intervenes and two mysterious boys join drama club. Peter, who's just moved from New York, very chic, and his best friend Sam. Patch is confident that one of them, although either of them will be his first boyfriend. So armed with his single mom's outdated self-help books, his over-supportive best friend Jean, an alarming level of self-confidence, Patch is confident that his mission will be a complete success. Whether or not they actually like boys or him is a problem for later. The Romantic Tragedies of a Drama King is a heartfelt, laugh-out-loud comedy from rising star Harry Trevelyan, a story about boldly being yourself, going for what you want, and never leaving sight of who truly has your back. So that's kind of cute, trying to find a boyfriend.
There you go. You know me and murder. I'm kicking things off again. This is Very Dangerous Things, and it's a murder mystery game turns deadly in this YA whodunit by the author of Suddenly a Murder. Everyone in town knows about the game. For decades, J. Everett High has staged an annual murder mystery to put its criminology students to the test. And this year, crime junkie Dulce Castillo is dead set on winning. When the game kicks off, the student playing the victim, Xavier Torres, is found poisoned in the school's greenhouse. Except this time, his death is not pretend. It's murder. When the authorities open an investigation, all the evidence points to Sierra Fox, Xavier's ex-girlfriend and Dulce's ex-best friend. Claiming innocence and desperate to clear her name, Sierra begs Dulce to look past their bad blood and find the actual culprit. After all, Dulce knows the school better than any investigator ever could, but she must use caution to solve this murder mystery, because these historic halls are full of suspects with no shortage of motives, and in this game of cat and mouse, the other player kills. Very Dangerous Things by Lauren Munez.
I do like a good murder mystery. This one's kind of creepy. When the Bones Sing by Ginny Myers Sane. This was published in March of this year, 2025. When the Bones Sing is a new Southern Gothic supernatural thriller about a teen girl living in a small Ozark town who can hear the bones of the dead. The past 3 years have been tough for Lucifer's Creek, Arkansas, a small town quietly tucked away in the Ozark Mountains. More than 24 people have disappeared on the local hiking trails. They're there one moment, gone the next, not a trace left behind until their buried bodies are discovered. 17-year-old Dovey doesn't believe in magic, even though she comes from a long line of women who can hear the bones of the dead sing. And for the past few years, the bones have been crooning nonstop, calling out to Dovey to dig them up. Some of the old-timers believe that it's the monstrous Ozark's howler snatching people off the Ozark Trail. Well, Dovey doesn't believe in the howler, and she doesn't believe her best friend Lo when he tells her he's being haunted by dark shadows. All she believes is in their talent that guides the local sheriff to the bones when they begin their song, then reuniting the dead with their families to give them some peace. Lo doesn't know peace, though. The shadows follow him everywhere. He soon learns that they've murdered hikers and they want answers, but the truth of their deaths isn't buried with their bones. It's hidden somewhere deep in the hills, and Lo and Dovey must unearth before anyone else is killed. Oh, When the Bones Sing. Kind of a murder mystery, too.
Pretty cover on that one. Yeah. My second pick kind of goes well with our wall back there.
It does, it does.
Wish You Were Her. Book Lovers meets Notting Hill with a slice of You've Got Mail in Wish You Were Her, the brand new Rivals to Lovers romance from best-selling award-winning author Elle McNichol. And this just got added to our collection in September. 18-year-old Allegra Brooks has skyrocketed to fame after starring in a hit TV show, and she's the overnight success that everyone's talking about. They just don't know she's autistic. Now all she wants is a normal teenage summer. Her destination for escape is the remote Lake Pristine and its annual book festival, organized by the dedicated but unfriendly senior bookseller Jonah Thorne. In small towns like Lake Pristine, misunderstandings abound, and before long the two are drawn into high-profile hostility that's a far cry from the drama-free holiday Allegra was craving. Thank goodness for her saving the increasingly personal emails she's been sharing with a charming and anonymous bookseller who is definitely not Jonah Thorne. It's an unforgettable rom-com about finding the one person who makes you feel yourself when the whole world is watching you.
Aww.
So Wish You Were Her by Elle McNichol.
That one sounds interesting. I like Notting Hill.
Yeah, the combination of all those.
And then an autistic character. That's great. So this next one, this one's a little different. This is Wings of Starlight by Allison Saft. This was published in February 2025. Brimming with magic and romance, a young fairy queen, this is about fairies, must form an unlikely alliance or risk unspeakable danger, destroying all she holds dear in this fantasy adventure from New York Times bestselling Allison Saft. It's been centuries since a warm season fairy in Pixie Hollow has crossed into the winter woods, and while most fear the legends of monsters lurking in the frozen lands, Clarion can't help being intrigued by the winter-stoked beauty. But under the watchful eyes of the current monarch and the court's seasonal ministers, Clarion has little time to dwell on daydreams, while the days on her coronation dwindle away. That is, until reports of a monster crossing from winter into spring make their way to the palace. Clarion sees defeating this threat as an opportunity to prove that she is worthy in her new role. But instead of finding a monster at the edge of the winter, she finds Meloria, a young guardian of the winter woods. Together they form an unlikely bond as they race to save their lands. But as their alliance warms to something more, they will discover there is a reason a warm season fairy and a winter fairy must not be together, and the cost could be just as deadly as the monsters that prowl the winter woods. Discover the origin of the sweeping star-crossed romance between the Queen of Pixie Hollow and the Lord of the Winter Woods. So, fairies.
Wings of Starlight. Like the cover on my next pick. This was added to the collection just in last month. This is Bitten by Jordan Stephanie Gray, and this was described as Crescent City meets Fourth Wing in this fast-paced and romantic debut in which a teenage girl must survive ruthless werewolves, a glittering court, and deadly politics to exact revenge on the monsters who destroyed her. After a vicious werewolf attack on the night of her 17th birthday party, Vanessa Hart loses everything she loves in a split second: her best friend, her father, and even her home. Bitten and imprisoned without explanation, Vanessa endures an agonizing transformation into the very beast that maimed her, and her captors make it clear she can't escape. She will either swear her life to the Wolf Queen's court, or she will have to die. With no other choice, Vanessa joins their enchanted castle, where flowering vines grow through the walls, gifts are bestowed by the stars, and a claw can break through skin as easily as silk. But she hasn't forgotten what they stole from her. Vanessa still seeks vengeance, scheming in the shadows, even as she finds herself mesmerized by the Golden Prince, Sinclair Severi, who threatens to steal her heart, though he is promised to her nemesis. Always those forbidden romances. And by his brooding, disgraced cousin Calyx, whose smoldering gaze hides even darker secrets. Immersed in the magic of their whimsical yet cruel society, Vanessa soon learns not all is as it seems. The court is at war, and she may simply be a pawn in their lethal game. So this one was described for fans of forbidden romance, enemies to lovers, paranormal romance, and if you need a werewolf thrown in.
Who doesn't like werewolves? Come on. This is a historical fiction, Under the Same Stars, by Libby Bray, published in February this year. It was said if you write the bridegroom's oak, the love of her life will answer back. Now the tree is giving up its secrets at last. In 1940s Germany, Sophie is excited to discover a message waiting for her in the bridegroom's oak from a mysterious suitor. Meanwhile, her best friend Hannah is sending messages too, but not to find love. As World War II unfolds in her small town in Kleinwald, the oak may hold the key to resistance against the Nazis. In 1980s West Germany, American teen transplant Jenny feels suffocated by her strict parents and is struggling to fit in, until she finds herself falling for Lena, a punk rock girl hell-bent on tearing down the wall separating West Germany from East Germany and meeting Frau Hermann, a kind old lady with secrets of her own. In spring 2020, New York City, best friends Miley and Chloe are slogging through the last few months of senior year when an unexpected package from Chloe's grandmother leads them to investigate a cold case about two unidentified teenagers who went missing under the bridegroom's oak 80 years ago. So, a little bit of mystery in there, a little bit of history.
Sounds like a good one. I'm back to murder. This is Where We Die by Cindy R.X. Hay, a Junior Library Guild Gold Standard Selection. That's a mouthful this year, and this just got added to our collection in August. 8 friends went on a trip, only 6 came back. Now a killer has one night to make sure the survivors pay for what they did, so that 0 will make it out alive. It's from the author of Perfect Little Monsters, and this is another twisty thriller. Sadie, Will, Isla, Anthony, Emily, and Charlie are the survivors. They were the 6 out of 8 to return from a ski holiday turned nightmare 2 years ago. Although nobody knows exactly what happened, the details hushed up via the wealth and connections of Sadie's rich parents. When an exclusive private island with a mansion for rent goes viral on social media, their graduating class persuades Sadie to rent it for the weekend. The 6 arrive first by helicopter and wait for the rest of their classmates to join them by boat the next day. But nobody else ever comes. Cut off from the rest of the world, no cell service, no means off the island, paranoia and terror mount as they start to be picked off one by an unseen killer. Their past has finally caught up with them, and they'll need to figure out who is killing them before they all wind up dead.
Oh, wow.
So this is Where We Die. Sounds dark.
Oh my goodness, this is Where We Die. Sounds scary. I had to end with my favorite book of the year from the YA, and I'm sure you've heard of this. It's part of the Hunger Games series. If you haven't, you should read it. And actually, if you haven't read the Hunger Games series, I feel like you would be able to get something out of this because this is Haymitch's story, and it's kind of like before the Hunger Games happened. So, Hunger Games number 0.5, Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. When you've been set up to lose everything you love, what's there left to fight for? As the day dawns on the 50th annual Hunger Games, fear grips the district of Panem. This year, in honor of the Quarter Quell, twice as many tributes will be taken from their homes. Back in District 12, Haymitch Abernathy is trying not to think about his chances. All he cares about is making it through the day and being with the girl he loves. When Haymitch's name is called, he can feel all his dreams break. He's torn from his family and his love, shuttled to the capital with 3 other District 12 tributes, a young friend who's nearly a sister to him, a compulsive oddsmaker, and the most stuck-up girl in town. As the games begin, Haymitch understands he's been set up to fail. But there's something in him that wants to fight, and have that fight reverberate far beyond the deadly arena. So, Sunrise on the Reaping, it's a must-read.
With another debut. And this is Kiera Azar's Thorn Season, and this one was described as Shadow and Bone meets The Selection. And this is the first book in a sharp, sexy, and twisty debut YA romantasy trilogy.
Romantasy.
In the kingdom of Daradon, a persecuted few, boy I can't talk today, are wielders in possession of a magical specter. It's a shimmering thread that can extend beyond their visible body to give a loving caress, pick a lock, or even kill. Feared for this ability, the wielders have always been hunted. Alyssa Payne, heiress and daughter of a hunter family, is also a wielder. At 18, she knows she's escaped execution thus far, only due to painful self-control and the efforts of her beloved father. Summoned to the harsh and glittering royal court for the debutante season, Alyssa finds herself caught in a web of both intrigue and betrayal, and caught between 2 equally dangerous men, one a brutal ruler with the handsome face of a fairy tale prince who would destroy her if he knew the truth, and the other a beguiling foreign ambassador with secret agendas of his own. With the threat of discovery lurking around every corner and romance becoming an increasingly dangerous temptation, Alyssa will find that she has more to lose than her secrets. It's Rose season at the palace, but to survive she'll need to become the most vicious of thorns. So thorn season.
Thorn season.
A sharp, sexy, twisty debut in a new trilogy.
I like the romantasy. That seems to be the hot thing now. Well, I hope if it's been a while since you've like explored YA fiction, we gave you some ideas of what's out there.
And I'm like you, Jill. For a while, I was reading a lot of it, and I haven't been lately. But there seems like there's a lot of new stuff coming out that's good. So come check out our YA selection. Thank you for watching our videos. You can find us on the Kimberly Public Library website, Facebook, YouTube channel. And until next time, Jill and I thank you for watching. Bye.